Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Pitch Talk.
We are fans of football dropping vlogs, blogs, videos and podcasts on the beautiful game.
Check out our videos on YouTube and Instagram's IGTV,
including special feature segments, vlogs such as
5 Minutes with the G,
the Straight Shootin View,
Coaching with JBK,
audio on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts,
Podomatic, Spotify,
Mixcloud
and other podcast platforms.
Join the Pitch Talk revolution on Twitter, Instagram,
Facebook
and our official website www.pitch-talk.com.
The pitch is where we eat,
the pitch is where we sleep,
and the pitch is where we talk.
I can see you now. I can see you now and then. I can see you now.
Welcome to
the Straight Shootin View.
Hey, what is up, people? My name is Straight Shootin LJA, and you know what, yeah? Can you see that behind me? You might be able to see it in the distance, but that is the Wembley arch. And you know what? Kind of ties into what I'm going to talk about, because you know what? Euro 2020 has been delayed by a year because of COVID. And you know what? On a general basis, I would like to welcome you to the Straight Shootin View. But in this particular instance, it's a case of, you know what? I've been a little disappointed. I've been not very impressed by Euro 2020 on a general basis. Because you know what, yeah, with the advent of 24 teams and with 4 of the best third place teams going through as well, I felt it took away from the intrigue. It took away from the potential intrigue that there could have been and the intrigue that there was. But the fact is, the group stage is now over. And you know what? They really saved the best till last. Group F was always touted as a group of death. But good God, you know what? Hungary, who were supposed to be the whipping boys, who everybody had as whipping boys, myself included, boy, they gave it such a good go. And you know what? Commiserations to Hungary, because you lot gave it such a good go. And especially, I mean, taking France to the limit, taking Portugal to the limit, and on the final game, also taking Germany to the limit, leading twice as well, but succumbing to a 2-2 draw. And you know what, yeah? Hungary are, and I didn't think I'd say this, but Hungary are one of the teams who have ended up impressing me because of how well they've done. It's one of them where I love that kind of underdog story, and you know what, I've got nothing against the Germans, to be perfectly honest. Same with the Scots, got nothing against them, but the only thing that Scotland are going to be battling on Tuesday is COVID-19. No, I'm not going to joke like that. But COVID serious business, and I'm going to get onto that a little later. But you know what, yeah, it is one of them where with these championships, on a general basis, because so many teams are able to make it through, something called stakes have been absent in most games. You look at England v the Czech Republic, both teams knew they were through. So I think it was an hour in where they started making subs, thinking about the knockouts. Both teams knew they were through. It was just about which position each side would occupy. And by the way, to those saying, England should have played for second and tried to get second to avoid France, Portugal, Germany, and teams like that. You know what? What I say to you is this: if you want to be the best, you have to beat the best. Or in the immortal words of Ric Flair, when it comes to England wanting to win tournaments, when it comes to us wanting to win them, it's a case of, to quote Ric Flair, to beat a man, woo, you gotta beat the man. And to win tournaments such as European Championships and World Cups, you have to beat the best. You can't be afraid of any sides. If you go into a match afraid of another side or thinking you're not gonna win, go home. Go home, because you may as well, you've given up already. So there's no real point you even competing if you're going in with that attitude. Every team, I play this way for Ibis Eagles, where it's like, you could tell me a team has gotten 30 goals in their last 2 games. I don't care, because every team to me is a scalp waiting to be taken. So that's my mentality. But the fact is, I'm hoping, I mean, it's one of them ones as well in regards to England. I'm going to stay with us for a second. A lot of people have been complaining, oh, we're boring to watch, oh, with this, with that, with this, with that. We topped the group. We topped the group with 3 clean sheets. And it's one of them where it's like, yeah, as much as Scotland played well against us, they're going home. We're going top of the group into a match against Germany in a few days. So who had the last laugh? You got to be in it to win it, and Scotland ain't in it anymore. So, yeah, there we go. The proof is in the pudding. The lesson is right there. So, for me, it's one of them ones. Those saying, oh, England are boring, England are this and that and this and that. Yeah, there's issues there. Yeah, we're not the greatest team, but I think we'll do all right. And I said pre-tournament, and my view's not changed. We'll do all right, but I can't see us winning it. I still believe that. But the fact of the matter is, with Euro 2020 in general, I said, because so many teams have had the opportunity to progress, it kind of has taken the edge, not necessarily the edge off the tournament, but it's one of them where it's made it so teams are a lot more cautious, because it's all about avoiding getting beaten. So if you want to avoid getting beaten, then what do? You sit deep. You play backwards and sideways passes. So at the end of the day, it's like I said, but I said as well, with so many teams being able to go through, there's no high stakes matches, which is why I was so happy with Group F. Group F was that group where it was like, yes, any one of those 4 teams could have gone through. And at the beginning of the night, we didn't know where anybody was going to go through. We didn't know what positions like teams were going to go through in. It was just one of them ones where it's like, oh, okay, cool. So any one of the 4 could go through. And us being England fans, it's like, well, who are we going to face? Don't know yet. Yeah, I mean, we didn't know who we were going to face. So it's like, we were kind of on tenterhooks. But at the end of the day, as said, we shouldn't be fearing anybody. And England-Germany is going to be tasty. If we can't get up and get a good performance for that game, then we deserve to go out. But I can't see us being... I can see us being cautious, but I can't see us not risking anything. Because with great risk comes great reward. Let me say that again. With great risk comes great reward. And the fact is, Germany they're one of the old enemies. So the boys have got to get up for that game. But I think certain guys need to be unleashed. Really got to unleash Bellingham, but especially Jaden Sancho as well. Got to unleash that guy. Considering how prolific he's been over the past couple of seasons at Dortmund, got to give him some time. Got to give Grealish a bit more time as well. But we've got to make sure we get ourselves right defensively. Because John Stones and Harry Maguire have never filled me with confidence. As a Liverpool supporter, I think both are highly overrated. Supposedly Maguire's worth more than Virgil van Dijk. Yeah, okay. And John Stones, never a £50 million player. You can see when he plays for England, where it's like, where he's the focal point, or at least one of the two. It's one of them where it's like, he doesn't look as confident as he does when he's alongside Ruben Diaz. And for me, last season when Manchester City won the league, the difference was Ruben Diaz, not John Stones. Whoop. Run over a bottle. But so it's one of them where it's like, it's going to be very, very interesting. But you know what? I said, England-Germany is going to be a tasty game. It really, really is. And it always throws up some interesting stuff. But you know what? In the group stage, coming back to that, there have been a couple games that have really kind of surprised me. Portugal, Germany, oh my God. Imagine Germany beating Portugal 4-2 was insane. That game was crazy. Didn't expect that result. But also, North Macedonia against Austria was a tasty little game. I mean, I watched that with a friend of mine, Mr. El Marquez, shout out to him. And it was kind of on in the background. Wasn't really expecting it to be a marquee game, and the pub that we were in was one of them ones where it was empty inside because no one was watching it. And it was like, a couple of good goals in this. It's a good game. This is decent. So it's one of them where it's like, I just look at it as maybe the games you don't expect will turn out to be the better ones. But as I said, the group stage in general really just didn't impress me apart from Group F. Group F, it's almost sad to see that Group F is done, because that's where the entertainment was. If we want sports and entertainment, watch back those games in Group F, because you really got them, especially on the final night where we got 8 goals over 2 games. It was insane. But you know what? It must be said, France weathered the storm. Portugal through as well. Germany, skin of their teeth, breaking Hungary hearts. But you know what? I am really hoping that the knockout stages is as entertaining as Group F was. Because if not, well, we might be in for a bit of a boring tournament. But yeah, it is one of them ones where it is going to be interesting as well, though, with the semi-finals and finals actually being played at Wembley. And I want to kind of round out on this point. Politics and football. I discussed that on my last Straight Shootin View vlog at length. So I'm not going to bore you with a lot of detail now. But people say politics and football shouldn't mix. And I agree with that, but they do mix. And once again, we've seen even more. I mean, tonight before the Germany game, is one of them ones where UEFA said, no, you can't light up the Allianz Arena in the rainbow colours. No, it's a political message, you can't do that. Okay, cool. So UEFA weren't sending out political messages when they were threatening to move the Euro 2020 semi-finals and finals away from Wembley and to Budapest, Hungary. So that wasn't political, was it, UEFA? Yeah, pot kettle black for you filling the rest. So it's one of them where it's like, yeah, there's going to be 60,000 fans, up to 60,000 fans at Wembley, 75% capacity. And that is going to be very interesting, especially if England manage to make it into one of them semis or even into the final. We can dream. I'm not going to overhype, but we can dream. I'll let the media, the parasitic media, do the overhyping as they like to do. But you know what, yeah, I have been Straight Shootin LJA. Comment section is below. Remember, youtube.com/Pitch Talk is where you can catch all of our videos. You can also catch our videos on our website, www.pitch-talk.com. That is the official Pitch Talk website. Let me repeat that for you. www.pitch-talk.com. For everything Pitch Talk, it is a one-stop shop. You can find out more about myself, Straight Shootin LJA, the G-Man, also JBK and Nathan Arsenal on the About Us page. You can also find our podcast links there as well. Our RSS feed can be found there. We are also on Podomatic, Podbean, Apple Podcasts, also Spotify. We're also on Google Podcasts. We're also on Verbal, VURBL as well. Check us out there. And also on Player FM. Grab our RSS feed and check us out. You know what? YouTube.com/Pitch Talk for our videos. Twitter.com/Pitch Talk or @Pitch Talk on Twitter. Tweet with us, follow us, see what we're up to. @Pitch Talk on Instagram as well. Also, We're on Facebook, facebook.com/Pitch Talk. Become a fan, become a friend, become a member of the group. Join the footballing revolution. We are working so hard to create. I have been Straight Shootin LJA, and until next time, I want to know your views. Comment section is below. See you next time. Thank you for your time.
Join the Pitch Talk revolution.
Check out the official Pitch Talk website.
www.pitch-talk.com